What's going on, everybody? Hey, check it out, man. It's your boy, the Hood Motivator. I want to tell you right now about my book, From the Block to the Board. It's on Amazon right now. You guys are definitely sleeping if you ain't got that book. It's an ebook, so I need you to go on right now, stop what you're doing, and go get my ebook, From the Block to the Board. It's on Amazon right now. Let's talk about it when you get it. DM me if you have any questions. See you later. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back to Motivators Table, Season 3, where we hustle and motivate and inspire. We got a huge guest today, a huge guest you don't want to miss, so get your highlighters and pens ready. We got Mr. Christopher King. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Man, what's going on?
I've been waiting to sit down and talk to you.
Hey, man, it's been long overdue. It's long overdue.
You know, timing is everything, too.
Yeah, time is everything.
Appreciate it. Tell the fans and the community in the chat, like, who you are, what you got going on, and what you're doing for the community.
Definitely, man. Christopher King, as those who just heard from my big brother Jayr, definitely Marine Corps veteran myself. Served once and continue to serve. I got the nonprofit,
Right.
the Gentleman's Course, and then I'm running for school board in Pasco County. So it's good to be able to serve at home as I did abroad. You know what I mean? So I sit on the board for GTE Bank as well, and always loving to serve and give back, mentoring kids over in Polk County. It's a lot, man. It's just the job is never done.
Never done.
No, never done.
I like that. You're always improving too. Always got your hands into positive things. A good little niche. And I knew it from the very first moment that I was introduced to you that I had to get to know you and slowly just take my turn and wait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who did that introduction? K. Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle linked us up. Yeah, K. Michelle linked us up. So big shout out to K. Michelle.
Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate it. You know, you always show love.
Yeah, definitely, brother. Definitely. You show up when I don't even be looking for you. I'll be like, who that is? Oh, that's the jail that popped up in the room. Boy.
What's going on, you know?
Yeah.
I always want to be in the right rooms. Everybody always asks me, like, how much money does it take for your dream to succeed? I said, just put me in the right room.
Yeah, it's free.
Let me do my own work. You know?
It's free. A lot of people don't realize the leg work.
Yeah.
Leg work, you got to get there. You got to show up. You got to be there. You got to understand the mental capacity behind being able to present yourself properly, right, in the room, having the conversations, knowing to understand the tones and pitches to engage people. You know, it's a lot that goes into getting in the room.
Yes.
Because a lot of people get in the room and they fumble.
Right.
They don't know what to do when they're in the room. I put them in there.
They can't even stay in the room.
They can't even stay. They got put right back out.
What you doing? You know what I'm saying? You put them right there. 10 minutes later, they got kicked out.
Kicked out of the room. Like, bro, why are you here?
Character.
They lost.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, like, it's certain ways how you get to where you need to get to. And I thank God for my race.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people, you know, a lot of generations is microwavable. They do not want to work for it. They think that it happens overnight. I said none of this happened overnight, even for me and my podcasting and speaking.
It was a process.
No, it was a process. I had to go through the flame. I had to get hurt, betrayal. I had to get left for dead. All these things I had to experience and saying, you know what? I got to keep pushing, you know, and that's what I think you
keep moving forward, man. You can't eat no hot food until you open the door to the microwave,
bro. Man.
It's that simple. You can't get none cold until you put it in the fridge. There's a process to everything. They want that end result, that instant gratification. They want it right now.
Nope.
And they fail to realize it takes so many steps to get to that right now, and they don't have the patience or the perseverance to push through, bro.
Right, because they want it right now. And then if it does happen right now, it breaks down because there's no foundation.
Nothing. No foundation.
Nothing to stand on.
Nothing to stand on. They're copycatting everybody else's.
Right.
You know,
it's trending out here. Everybody doing it for likes. I had a conversation with one of my mentees, and I said, hey, if you're getting to do certain things and you're not doing it because it's your passion and your gift, and you're doing it for the likes, you're doing it for the girls, you're doing it for the attention and bright lights, you're doing it for everything else that's not what God wants you. God don't want you to do that. You're going to get it and you're going to fail because you did it for the wrong reasons.
One thing I've learned that if you're moving in a certain direction to create a certain decision and you find no barriers, no obstacles, then you're moving in your authenticity, right? You're moving in your, as my pastor would say, your divine purpose, right? Yeah. And that's where people know, okay, am I doing the right thing for me right now?
Right.
How many obstacles have you faced to accomplish that goal? If it's none, keep moving forward because obviously God is watching you. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You know, people ask me with my candidacy, well, you got a running mate now. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
Because I have hit no obstacles.
Yeah.
I'm moving. I'm getting endorsements. We're raising money. We're getting petitions signed. We're going to give Pasco County the best representation they've ever had for schools and students.
I love that.
Hands down.
I love the fact, too, that you're doing it for education.
Hands down, bro. That's our future.
Come on. A lot of people are trying to get away from that. Oh, we don't need that. We got this, that, and third. And I understand we got AI and all that, but we can still work and utilize it. But don't depend on just trying to get information like that. You got to know where it comes from. You got to do your research.
You gotta have a source.
You know, yes.
Gotta have a source.
Yeah.
I want to be the source for my people, man.
Yeah.
And it truly takes an understanding of relationships with kids to be able to be the best advocate for them. Because one thing that I've learned over the last over a decade that I've been working with youth in Pasco, Hillsborough, and Pinellas counties, kids had voices removed from them, man. Mm-hmm. Nobody's allowing them to speak and understand or trying to read them. Mm-hmm. And I've changed schools in its entirety just by letting kids have a voice, hearing their ear, right? Giving them my ear to listen, giving them a perspective that, okay, I can talk, but now he's teaching me how to talk, how to present myself, how to control my tone and my pitch when they're not understanding. Well, let me reword that without just raising my voice. Let me just give them a different angle to understand what I'm trying to pitch to them.
What do you think that comes from? Is it come from having like our cultural bearing of, hey, don't talk when grown folks are talking?
Oh, definitely.
Is that how we were raised as black folks?
It starts at home.
Right.
It starts at home. But what we're dealing with today, I'm an 80s baby. Yeah. So our generation, we were taught something totally different because, we did get punched in the face when we walked in grown folks' conversations. Right. Today, you can barely even touch a kid.
No, you can't.
Without DCF getting called. Disciplining a child has gone so far away. The village mindset is erased. Yes. They don't believe in the community raising a kid anymore. It's, don't touch my kid. Don't talk to my kid. Wait a minute. What happened to
chastise?
Them understanding the pecking of an adult? That's no longer taught. So I put some of it on parenting. There's a lack of proper parenting. And education on how to properly parent. And there's not just one way. Right. Because every kid is raised differently because their outcome and their scenarios are different. Their living conditions are different. I wouldn't raise a kid whose parents are well off in a sense where they don't have to worry about their meal the same way you would raise a kid who has to figure out whether they're getting PJs today or they're actually getting hamburger helper. And that's the difference. Right? A meal in a bag versus going to a restaurant. Right. It's night and day. So you have to understand the barrier these kids are facing because that kid, he's hungry. Not just for food, but for change.
Everything, though.
Everything. But that other kid, they're comfortable. Right? They're like, hey, well, what are we doing today? Right. There's a difference. Right. So when we're talking about accountability and teaching and educating kids, we have to understand the audience of what type of kid we're talking to. Definitely. And they're not the same, but they're all thrown in the same educational environment, and we're expecting the same results from all those kids. How does that work when they go back home to something totally different?
Right. And also, too, you got to become that message. If you put it out there, you look exactly how they look in them cities like that. Why are we going around and giving all this information to all these programs and we don't look like the source? So, you know what I'm saying? We have to change that. I want someone that if you're going to tell me something, I want to at least have some, some ties to that. Like, okay, do I relate to you? How do you look? How do I look? How do we come from?
That's that authenticity. Yeah. When I tell kids that I'm mentoring kids, I tell them up front, this will be the first and only time you're going to see me in a suit. Yeah. Right? After that, I'm in jeans, tennis shoes, and a blazer, T-shirt sometimes, but ultimately, I'm going to approach them on their level because I can't expect them to trust me, build a bond with me, but I'm presenting a hierarchy mindset. No, I'm going to come right down here where you are, and we're going to go up together, right? I'm going to walk with you. I'm literally going to hold your hand. Yeah. But while I'm holding your hand, I'm holding you accountable. And that's where that part has to be reinvented for these kids because they don't understand how that works. So it's not shown consistently. Right? It's shown, do as I say, but not as I do. Right. And that's backwards.
Well, and that's what happened in our generation. A lot of the kids come from that. Hey, do this, but I'm not going to even help you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids become their homework, right? Right now, the parents can't even understand what that homework is. It's just so disconnect. You don't even know. You can't even help you with your third grade.
They taking calculus in the fourth grade.
It'll pass you up. And you can't help them.
We have to stay vigilant, man. And one of the biggest things is really just providing ample communications and resources. But there's an accountability part, right? We as parents, I got 2 kids. One in high school, one finishing up middle school. I have a responsibility to be engaged. I can't just say, well, they go to school, it's the school's responsibility. No, I'm a parent. So, okay, what are you studying now? Let me look at what you're studying. Let me keep my mind fresh.
Right.
Right. So if you having a problem, I can support you.
Right.
Right. And that's the message that need to be sent to a lot of parents at home, is that it is our job. We can't just pay tax dollars to schools and expect teachers to just hold them accountable 100% with none on us as parents.
Right.
That's not how that works. We have to be in the fire with the teachers just as equal, man. And that makes sure that my investment, my tax dollars are going to work, but I'm also holding that accountable so my kid comes home, I know he's going to school prepared.
Right.
Not unprepared. And that's what we send our kids into the world, unprepared, every day.
Every day.
Because we're not doing it at home. And we know it always starts at home, bro.
Right.
I can talk all day long. I can give motivational speeches across the world. But where does it start?
At home.
At home.
At home. Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. And that's why I travel around and I speak to the children, and and they get excited.
Yeah.
And when they go home, that fire gets put out with water, negativity, because they don't want you to leave that situation mentally, physically.
Yeah.
I'm from the inner cities, and people are not happy for you because you left.
No.
They want you to stay there. They want to
bring you back.
And they want stories to always have to complain on.
Yeah.
If you try to help them with that, they don't want to get help because they still want to hang on to something that's going to make them feel relevant.
Definitely.
That's the hood style. And that's what I tell people all the time. I said, I'm the hood motivator, but it don't stop there.
No.
I said, I learned a lot coming from where I came from, and seeing my mom do all the things she did, and growing up, gang banging, and, leaving that, going into the military, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I said, but it don't make me. But I'm going to show you where I come from. They make some of these too.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't play with me.
Tell kids the same thing. No matter where you are, just determine where you're going to be.
Yes.
Right? 19 years old, I was arrested for drug charges. That's put me in the military.
Yeah.
It wasn't by choice. The judge said, Chris, you're going to the Marine Corps as your punishment. So imagine you being a private in the military.
Bye.
They don't understand the magnitude of what they just told you. I probably would have rather go to jail.
Yeah.
And let me go get my 3 hots in the cot.
Yeah,
man.
you put me in the Marines?
In the Marines, bro.
Yeah.
As a private.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of development of understanding that, okay, that's where I was. But that turning point in my life of understanding what it takes to commit to change internally, mentally, and physically, that's what it built in me, right? Those same messages, those same ideologies, you take that to the real world. Now I got to put it in more kids.
Right.
I have a responsibility.
Right.
When you're taught better,
Right.
you execute better, and then now we're teachers.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I reconnected with a mentor who was my mentor when I was 13 years old. He's 70 plus years old, still mentoring kids to this day.
To this day.
To this day. And who thought that I would be doing that 30 years later, right? You never know.
Wow.
But what somebody put in me as they say, as a jit,
Yeah.
now I'm doing the same thing that somebody did for me 30 years ago. And I didn't know 30 years ago I'd be doing that today, man. So when you talk about accountability and being responsible for things that people do to you and for you, you never know what you're going to be doing in 30 years.
Right.
So just keep moving forward and focus on your self-development, man, and look for the best in people, always.
Right. And I said that too. That's funny how you said that. I said that before, that, watching my father and my grandfathers speak and preach all over the United States.
Yeah.
And 3 people in the crowd, 1 person in the crowd, church at home, the church being sold, all these things, seeing my father go through to look up to 30-something, 40 years later. And now I'm speaking, but I'm not a minister, but I'm speaking, I'm articulating it, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I watched everything that he taught me and he made me a speaker, watching that, how to articulate, how to shake the room. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, you led by example.
Yes.
He led by example.
Yeah,
you know how many parents that I come across, the kids are aspiring to be great, want to do this, but then I turn around and daddy roll a blunt in their face? It's crazy. Like, wait a minute. So that's what you got to go back home to. There are not many examples. Not many examples for these kids. So we have a responsibility to be the example, right? And yeah, I could teach a kid how to tie a tie. That don't mean I got to wear one every day.
Right, definitely.
Right? Mm-hmm. There's levels to the engagement and teaching them how to understand the balance of when to put one on, how to use it when you do put it on. Because at some point, guess what? Business hours goes to business casual.
Yeah.
Right? And then those functions, you need to be able to balance everything. So we have to educate these kids across the board. So, I thank you for what you're doing, man. Just empowering the world, because I watch your feed and you're literally having conversations with kids all the time. And it's empowering to know that I'm not the only one out here doing the fight, right? Educating kids. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. That's huge.
Thank you.
That's huge.
And that's what I do. I just want to get to the root of it and make sure that we just go to their level and interject positivity and make it it can look like brothers from like us. Look at us.
Yeah.
We are who we are.
Yeah,
You can make
who
it
we are.
look just like this. It's okay. Now take it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I tell people all the time, I didn't know I was going to grow up and become a doctor in business.
Let alone get that much education.
So I did not know
keep
that.
going.
No. And then my grandfather had a doctorate in theology, but I didn't want to do none of that stuff. But now I look back and I didn't do it for that, but I wanted to show the people where I came from and the people who don't know where I came from,
Right.
it can look like that too.
Right.
You know, I still got the hat on. I still got the jeans on. This is who I am. Listen to don't listen to the messenger. Listen to the message. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Listen to the message. And the more we repeat that, we can't just say it once. We got to keep repeating that same message, because at some point they're going to click.
Yeah.
They're going to get it, and they're going to make the proper adjustments, because not only are they seeing the repetition of the message, but they're seeing the execution of the message as well.
Right.
And as long as we keep giving them that presentation, then our tomorrow will be just fine.
Perfect.
Right?
Yep. I love it.
And you gave me a good cup of water, man.
How you like that?
Hey, man. So it's Aqua Beto?
No.
Aqua
Beato.
Aqua Beato.
Yes.
Aqua Beato.
Yes.
Hey, man, make sure y'all pick up your Aqua Beato, man.
Make sure y'all pick it.
This is, it had a crisp pop to when I opened it. Pop. Look, it was everything was right there, man. It was everything right there, man. Nice, cool, chill water, man. I appreciate the
Bring
gift,
something
man.
to the campaign when you're doing your thing. I got
Hey,
you.
man.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
it.
want to make sure that we, this is, if you guys don't know, I was standing in line to be a part of this brother's ecosystem, of his rotation, of his energy with his friends and his network, and slowly but surely he worked me in there. So I appreciate it.
Hey, man, one thing about intention is we have to always show up, right? People ask for things all the time, right? You ask the bank for a loan. They might not give you the first time, but you keep coming back. You never know what they might give you, right? But that reciprocity goes both ways, right? I can't just receive your ask, your request, or your intention without returning that perspective, right? That don't work, and people need to be studious of that, where you're putting your energy. Because don't be pouring your energy into something that ain't gonna return favor. That's a waste of time, man. Right? So we got to make sure wherever we put that energy in, that we can see and we can physically receive that reciprocity in return, man. So definitely, this was a long time coming.
Yes.
And this ain't gonna be the last time you see me and Jayr together. So definitely, keep your ears and eyes open, because it's going to be a lot of moving and shaking in 2026.
2026.
Just planting seeds right now.
That's what we're doing right here. And I appreciate you, and thank you for always just, keeping me motivated and inspired.
Likewise.
I wanted to talk about too, like, you was running for the school district, right?
Yep,
So
Pasco County School District 01.
Let's dig deep real quick before we get off the air about that. Yeah. Tell me about that. How that drank.
So right now, politics is a huge platform right now.
Right.
With the political atmosphere that we're dealing with in society, we are on a rise in the Democratic Party, right? Even though this race is a nonpartisan race, it's a combatant, right? We're going to war, hands down. And it's sad that our regular kids, communities, families are receiving the consequences of the war, right? They're getting the brunt of that. They're having to live in it, go to school in it, thrive in it, shop in it. Grocery stores, food costs are high, which we already have economical expenses behind education. It ain't college, but high school, middle school, elementary school, all costs, right? We got to pay fees and everything else. So when everything else gets higher in that same circle, who's going to be an advocate to help us fight for change, for the betterment of our kids? Because they're cutting programs, they're cutting funding. And one parent asked me, so if they're cutting the Department of Education, how would that affect us in Florida? Well, Florida has its own Department of Education. So the state is responsible for the state. There are federal dollars out there that we lose from a curriculum standpoint, but ultimately Florida takes care of Florida, right? There's federal dollars that come when it comes to salary costs, things of that nature. So there is an influx that will be lost, but I'm pretty sure the current leadership that's in place already has a plan for that, because guess what? It's not happened. I ain't see no teachers getting no fired in Florida. Ain't no mass cuts of teachers getting furloughed and all that stuff here in Florida. Everybody's still working business as usual, right? So keep the main thing, right? Let's focus on what we have to focus on, which is the quality of the education that our kids are getting, the quality of representation that they're getting, to making sure that they are, that they have a voice, that they have a seat at the table, right? Pasco County has never had an African-American school board member in its history. So we're talking about a demographic of kids that have never been represented in its entirety. A community that's never had representation.
Wow.
That's huge. Because how can you say, well, you need to go vote for what?
Right.
I'm not voting for anybody that's going to represent me. So they haven't had a reason to activate. So we're hoping not only to inspire activation from communities that are underserved, hadn't been served, and at risk, but also those that are not at risk, right? A kid deserves the right, and it doesn't matter their skin color. They deserve a proper education. They deserve a safe environment to be educated in, and teachers deserve resources.
Right.
And I aim to just supply that, right? Community relationships, community programs. We were educated in a space where organizations were involved in the schools.
Right.
A host of them, mentorship programs. And we've gotten so far away from that. Schools are almost set up like prisons, man.
They are, yes.
You know?
I see that.
But on the news today, I see a guy, random man, walks into a school in, I think it was Florence, Florida, and signed the kid out that wasn't even his. Parent lost their mind, like the school let this stranger sign a kid out that wasn't his kid. They didn't even investigate, but that's the lack of quality control of the proper people that you're hiring in the school districts. Accountability, man. So, you know, there's no visibility. They're not paying attention. And they're not being representatives of the body. There's no presence.
Right.
Trust me, I'm already in schools. I've been in schools. So me coming to the school, building relationships with my school principals to make sure they understand that they have support, that's without a doubt not even a conversation.
Come on.
We're going to build relationships. Right. And we're going to make sure our schools in District 1 are represented and strong.
I love that.
Man, thank you, bro.
I love that. And that's how you lead and inspire and make sure that you're doing it, leading by example. You out there, you in the field with it. And you always been like that. And that's the type of people I like to surround myself with.
Yes, sir.
Is someone that not only you talk it, you live it. This is your life. You love the kids. And I can't wait for what 2026 is going to look like.
Yeah. Election, November 3rd, 2026, the election, man. It's going to be a huge turnout. I can't wait. Let's just see what happens, man. I got an opponent now, so, you know, somebody step up to the plate 7 months after I already filed a run. So, you know, he late in the game, but let's see, you know, he gotta run his race and I'm gonna run mine. It's that simple.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And we all be seeing you right there. We'll be right there, no matter what, to support you.
Definitely. So make sure y'all follow Chris King for Pasco.
Yes, let him know.
That's my Instagram, Chris King for Pasco. You can reach me at chriskingforpasco@gmail. Our website is chriskingforpasco.com. Okay. We need those donations. If you have not signed a petition, you can email us. We will email your petition. You can mail that petition in. We need 4,000 petition signatures, man, to qualify. 4,000 is 2 per page. So if everybody in the household can sign a petition, even if you just donate $10, man, to the campaign, that helps pay for a sign or a billboard to go up in your community to represent a positive race. You understand? So whatever they can do to help, I appreciate all that. Volunteer. Come meet me. I host office hours. Come sit and talk to me. Ask me your questions. I want to be very visible for you so I can represent you positively.
There we go. I love that. And you heard it here. Mr. Christopher King came through and let you guys know not only about his success, but what he did to get to where he had to get to and still pushing that information out. I appreciate you, brother. I love you. Thank you so much for pouring into me, and thank you for just allowing me to be in your energy and your circle. And I can't wait to see what 2026 has for us.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
The Motivators Table, Season 3. See you later. Boom.
That was good.
They like that.
Hey, man. One and done, man.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back, man. This is your boy, the Hood Motivator. We're talking about the Soul Recharge event. You don't want to miss this. November 7th, 8 o'clock at 1920. Over 400 black professionals. We talk about mental health, and I will be keynoting. Yes, your boy, the Hood Motivator, will be there keynote and signing autographs and telling you guys I'm proud of you and I love you. Can't wait to see you soon. Boom. What's up, everybody? Hey, check it out, man. I just want you guys to get introduced to my water, Aqua Beato water, proud sponsor, ambassador. 2026, we're about to blow Season 3, the Motivators Table.
proud sponsor, Aqua Beato. This water right here is spring alkaline from North Carolina, from the springs. So, hey, if you guys love alkaline water, tap in with Aqua Beato. I'm a proud sponsor. Thank you. Boom.
God has you in this room for a specific reason and a specific time. And the reason why we're doing it is shifting. And we're catching the vision, right? Are we catching the vision? Now I'm about to activate your gift.